We are coming up on our 18th anniversary. 18, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I did the math earlier.
Okay, good. I thought it might be a little fun to dig into a topic around us as a couple.
Okay.
Things that we've learned from each other, things that we've learned together through being married almost 18 years.
Yeah.
And just spend some time enjoying talking about us.
Okay. Awkward.
Awkward.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. How are we getting into this? Welcome back to In Residence. I'm Keith.
And I'm Laura.
Hey, Laura.
Hey, Keith.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing swell.
Good.
What are we going to talk about?
Okay. I was going through all of my Facebook posts. I know this is going to be a little bit of a journey.
Okay.
So I was going through because I was just thinking like, okay, lately I have been trying to post more frequently because I don't post a lot, but I've been trying to do it more because we're doing this podcast and because I like reading other people's posts. So why shouldn't I also be posting, right?
Sure.
And as I was going through the different years and the decades, it was fun to see our relationship unfold from announcing we were engaged to having our wedding and people wanting to see my wedding dress and, you know, us having kids and all that. Really fun, life-changing things.
Yeah, there's like documentation of the progress on there. Okay.
Yeah. And I thought with our anniversary coming up, why don't we talk a little bit about the things that we have learned over the years being partners and think about the things that make us work.
Yeah. So where do you want to start?
So I thought one of the things we could talk about, one of the lessons I've learned, at least, is that it's not always about being right. It really is about realizing we're on the same team.
I feel like as a human, I keep relearning that lesson.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and as it's like a husband and a father and all those things, like knowing you're on the same team, right, means that sometimes you don't feel like you are.
Right.
Right. And like that's usually when you're feeling like you're not being heard or seen. Yeah, it can be hard to feel like that's not happening. And even if you're not the one that's in that state, so say like you were telling me that I wasn't hearing you or seeing you, I might I get offended at that then. Like, oh, how dare, like, what do you mean? Like, I doing everything I could possibly do. And it's like, well, not all the time. But like, we have our own kind of perspective on things. And so, yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
It takes trust and vulnerability, I think. You know, those kind of go hand in hand to be able to either say, I'm not feeling part of the team, or I don't feel like you're being part of our team, you know? Like, that can be hard to have those conversations.
It can. There's been a couple times, especially when it comes to child 1 and child 2 when they were younger, where I feel like there was a couple times where you or I both said, whoa, hold on a second. We're on the same team here. How do we address this together instead of separate?
Yeah, that because the partnership, sometimes you're in a position where you feel like you have to make a unilateral decision.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then you do because it is necessary, but maybe the other person doesn't necessarily agree with that decision.
Right.
I'm sure there's times where you've been made aware of my actions or the decision I made in a circumstance, and you're probably like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
So being on the same team, I think that dovetails into or is part of what I thought of first, which is patience. All of these things that seemed harder at the beginning, they tend to only creep up if I'm not taking care of myself.
Right.
I'm not as patient if I'm hungry or tired, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have a couple kids and when they're in those states, they're not so easy to deal with either. And then that helps you learn like, oh, that's right. I need to take care of them so that they don't get in this state of like unrest. They're overtired, right?
Yeah.
No wonder they're maybe having a tantrum or something. And then it's like, okay, That's not just kids. I get like that. I'll get like that if I'm not taking care of myself.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I know if I'm really burning the candle at both ends and not, you said, taking care of myself, I definitely am feeling much more prone to not being able to see that we aren't adversaries. That's probably a strong word.
Well, it can feel like that. It can feel intense.
It can.
It's been over 20 years of us being together in a
Right.
relationship. Sometimes you really don't feel like you feel like rivals.
Yeah.
It can get to that, but you got to like pull yourself back to reality and realize, like for me, I'm talking about me, I spin. And then those tales that I tell myself, like we were talking about last time, right? Those soundtracks in my head, they're not always playing good tunes, and I need to not listen to them. What are you thinking?
I'm laughing over here because I'm thinking about where we see each other as rivals. And the first thing I thought about, so there's two things.
Monopoly?
Oh no, I won't play Monopoly with you. I don't do that anymore.
I play for keeps.
You do, and I didn't appreciate that.
Yeah.
No, whether or not the extra thing should be sitting on the dryer and washer, or whether the extra thing should be sitting on the kitchen counter.
I don't like them either of those places.
I know, but where do you normally put them?
What do you mean? I put things where they're supposed to be usually.
It's true.
You're the one that brings stuff in and drops it on the flat surfaces up there.
I know. I normally put stuff on the washer and dryer.
Right, but who does the laundry?
You do. And so then they move over onto the counter, and then I move them back on the washer dryer.
Yeah.
And you put them back on the counter.
This is why we need an apartment.
Yes. The other thing I will say, and they're kind of connected. When we were just early on in our marriage, sometimes I would come home and every single can from the cupboard would be out on the counter. And I'd be like, what happened here? And you're like, I'm just organizing things.
So this is where I start to self-diagnose things that I see on the internet now. Because you'll see videos of people or like memes where they're like, your like ADHD brain and energy got you starting to like reorganize the kitchen, and then you got tired and had to stop, and now you have a big mess.
Yes.
Like I've done that to you a couple times.
Yes.
Like it was the best of intentions and like going after it, and I'm like, I am going to process and prove this like nobody's business.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, oh, it's 4:30 already. Oh, I need to eat.
And I come home and I see everything on the counter, and I wait a couple days, and I'm like,
Tupperware lids.
Yes. And I'm like, so why did the stuff that was in the cabinet not making a problem become my problem? Because now it's on the counter.
Right.
I love you so much.
Probably because I couldn't get to the things that I needed in the cupboard.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, things like that. You learn to work around, or just don't take it out of the cupboard.
Yes. I think it was this weekend canning, and I noticed, you even said it though, you go, I put the protein shake powder on the counter so I'd use it.
Yeah.
And it made me giggle because I worked around it the last 2 days.
But you could have tucked it away somewhere.
I could have, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, I'll just make it work.
Yeah. I tend to forget about things if they're tucked away.
Yeah.
Something I need to work on, or start putting labels on things.
You've done that too. You got a label maker.
Yeah. I should get a new fancy one sometime. Mine was from a garage sale. I like it. It's the old school one
yours.
where you're like,
I like the old school ones.
And then you gotta like punch it in.
Yeah, the new ones aren't that cool.
But they're like little printers.
Yeah, I've had them around work, and I don't think they're as cool as yours. I like the old school ones that kind of raise it up.
Yeah, I love it. It's like embossed or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. You want to hear the next thing I wrote down, or do you have things that you've thought of?
I said the patience thing.
Of having patience with each other.
Yeah.
I think that's really important.
I know. That's why I said it.
I'm joking with you a little bit about taking things out and putting them on the counter. At the same time, I think that having patience, like you were saying, with each other helps a great deal. Not everything has to be in the specific spot. It doesn't, right? And having patience for how your brain works and how you approach things is an okay thing.
Yeah.
An important thing.
Yeah, so it can feel like sometimes when you're a little too set in your ways that it could come off like, well, why would I do it that way? Or why don't you do it this way, right? But something I've really learned to definitely think about, why am I doing it this way? And what could I gain if I thought of it in a different way? Having different perspectives from you, it can be very helpful, even if it is just to, like, I mean this playfully, affirm that I'm doing it the right way. You know what I mean? Like it can feel like that, but like the real lesson is like, you've helped me think about things in a different way. And it's not always easy because I am very used to thinking the way I think.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily want to have the same problem solving techniques that I had when I was a 20 something when I'm 40 something.
Yeah.
So it's all like building upon itself, everything that we've learned and keep learning and maybe sometimes relearning, like, oh yeah, that's right, I'm supposed to be patient right now. Like, I don't know why she put this on the dryer again. Well, probably because she had 4 other things in her hand and was getting groceries and bringing them in, and somebody didn't hear her, and she's doing it all on her own, kind of thing. Yeah. So taking into account somebody else's way of doing something, right? Like, I don't know if that gets easier with empathy or something, or just like understanding of, like, yeah, different people do things differently. If it's not a safety thing, what's the big deal?
Yeah.
That's something I really learned from you, is if it can get done one way or another, and it's not a mission critical thing, like, let said person do it however they want.
Yeah.
And then I would be like, oh, as long as it's not wasting resources or time, and my brain will come in with that. But like, you'll come in and be like, okay, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. You've helped quiet some of the concern.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the big things, and that it's not always easy to admit that, because I think the concern is earned and deserved.
Yeah. So
that's just how my brain works. Like, I'm concerned because I need to be concerned, right?
I get you.
Just a hypothetical situation. Yeah. And then you're like coming in and you're like all laissez-faire and like, Bohemia, like whatever, like, yeah, it'll happen, how it happens. And
yeah,
I'm that way in certain creative aspects. But when it comes to like chores and tasks, I'm like a taskmaster, a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think you've helped me like chill out on some of those things.
I like to think so.
But I think you've also embraced it, the process of like being precise. So like with canning, right? It's canning season. Yeah. Part of what you like about that process is that I do step A, I do step B, I do step, and on and on. And you've got it down. It's a good process, and it's kind of fun to watch you do your thing. Yeah. I think you even said, I really enjoy it, and I'm not even sure why. But I think it's just simply a process. It's almost meditative. Well, and I think I like to make something. Yeah. We're both makers. Yeah. To make something work, Hence, we got 18 years in. Yeah. Funny and true. We're both stubborn too. Both stubborn. Won't quit on you, Keith. Yeah. No. One thing that we have learned related to cooking and being in the kitchen is that as much as we like the idea that we will be having a glass of wine and making supper together, we've kind of learned that's not a really great activity for us. Yeah, like our dynamic is off in that situation or something. Yeah. It's a rare thing that goes cohesively. Yeah, it doesn't go well. No. I'll be honest. And I don't know. Like, because there's too much stuff on the counter. Yeah. Is that what it is? We don't have enough space to have our own workstation or something. All that stuff you put on the counter. Yeah. No, I think some of it is just our approach to it is different. I mean, you grew up working in a kitchen, in a cafeteria. And so
you had tasks and prep stations, and you really had a like, okay, this is how you get things done.
Protocol, yeah.
Right. And so
It's a certain rigidity to it.
Yeah.
Because it's efficient.
Right. So I think you approach it more with the task approach.
Sometimes.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but a little bit. And I grew up buying cookbooks and wanting to take my time figuring out every single little step, and even if I didn't do it well, I tried, and so I think we come at cooking from two different lenses a little bit, where mine was I'd try things out and sometimes I failed, but people still said thanks for trying, where I think if that happened to you, you probably would have gotten in trouble or
yeah,
right?
Maybe. I think you use cooking as a form of expression. That was something I learned kind of early on.
Yeah.
You would make calzones and like all these things, or like a theme and this and that.
So much fun.
Yeah. I would do that with music, right? Like that was my creative expression, or maybe drawing here or there, things like that. I think that's the biggest difference.
Yeah.
But I cook, right? Like it's not like I don't cook, and I'm all business. Is just when I'm focused on it, I'm being my creative in my own way, like, but not really. Like, I guess I may be a little more, get the food done so then I can go do creative things, or I don't want it to come out bad. That perfectionism comes in maybe a little bit, like, don't want to serve anything that didn't turn out right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, I get it. I've done a lot of baking and cooking, and there are several times it doesn't turn out well, and that's disappointing.
Actually, I did buy a bag of chocolate chips recently.
Oh.
Because I used to make chocolate chip cookies with my friend Laura.
Yeah.
Not you.
No, not me.
But we would get together on Sundays and make dozens of cookies and watch movies and like hang out with, like, other friends would come over, or siblings and stuff. When I was in the store the other day, I'm like, that was fun. We were following a recipe and tweaking it here or there sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe trying like a couple different things that we'd heard somewhere. Probably she heard somewhere. That was fun. I was probably cutting the old paper bags up, right? That you would set them on to cool, right? Having fun because other people were having fun, and I could sit and like do a task, but also be part of a group, like, so.
Yeah.
My point is, I bought chocolate chips that I think the kids got into, so I don't know if they're
I bet they ate them. If there's chocolate in this house, they find it.
So they might be gone again already, but that's something I was aiming to do, is maybe like have like a day or a night where like we make cookies or something together, like as a family, or whoever wants to, or they can just eat them if they want. But
that child one or child two would love that.
Yeah, that and making pizzas.
Yeah, I think the kids were just talking about that.
Were they?
Like, what do you need to make a pizza crust?
Ooh.
They're like flour and water and yeast and eggs. I'm like, well, I don't think eggs. That's
pasta.
Yeah. I'm like, that's pasta. Yeah. But they were just talking about that. And I just canned a whole bunch of pizza sauce.
It smelled really good.
It tasted really good. I tasted it before I canned it.
I didn't get to try it.
It was pretty good.
There's some in the fridge though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you'll have to try it. The spaghetti sauce is good too. So the other thing that I thought about with our marriage and things that I really enjoy is, okay, I'm going to say this and you're going to be like, you're going to be skeptical, I think.
That's probably something you've learned over 18 years. I am a skeptical person.
Sometimes you can be skeptical, but I really enjoy that you're always up for an adventure.
Yeah. I don't think I realized how adventurous I was. Like, I feel like that part of me got quieted for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And that flame never went out in you. And you actually, I think you dimmed yours because of me, but like you never lost it. And you would just kind of pull me back a little bit and like, hey, let's go do something and, get me out doing things. But what I'm pretty sure I said it to you. And if not, I'm saying it now. I love going out and doing things with you. I might not always say yes every time you do.
Yeah.
But every time I go and do something with you, I enjoy myself.
Yeah. Well, even like last weekend, you all were in Green Bay with me. I was like, oh, I want to go do something. And I know you could tell. You're like, you don't want to sit in this place with three fools in Green Bay doing nothing.
I did not say that.
No, you probably would.
That was your interpretation of it. The fools being me and the
two kids. And both the kids were, I'm like, let's go up to Door County.
I watched you like 9:30 in the morning on the weekend. First, you said all that to me, like, okay, there's this and there's this, and maybe Door County, and we could drive up there, and this and this and this. And I'm like, let me get my cup of coffee. I hear you. Okay. She's like, well, maybe the boys, and the boys might want to do this, and the boys. And I'm like, well, they haven't even come out of their rooms yet. And then you hear one of them, and then you grab them, say all the things to them, and I could just see in their face, they're just like, it's morning. What is she?
You know me.
And then you did it to the second kid. And I'm like, okay, hold on. Let's pause. I'm like, all right, Laura, you definitely need to go do something.
Yes.
Boys, will you do something with mom later? There's a concert. She wants to bring you to the tailgate party, free concert later. They're like, yeah, probably. And I'm like, all right, you, Laura, go get ready. Let's go drive up to Door County, get you out of the apartment.
And it was great.
Yeah.
Like we went to a fun little place called the Noshery in Sturgeon Bay.
Oh, the gnome one. It was
the gnome one.
Play on gnomes, right? It was like a game store.
It was. They had really good grilled cheese. I know you think that's a waste of money when we go out, but I love grilled cheese, and it was so good. And they had tomato soup.
Yeah, I got a burger, and it was one of the best burgers I've ever had.
That's.
I've been having some really good burgers on our little excursions over this summer.
That's good.
Yeah.
So we went to the Noshery, and then we went up to Sister Bay to try and go to the beer garden up at Al Johnson's, where they put the goats on the roofs.
That's right. Still never seen goats on the roof there.
I know you never have. I feel like maybe they're just not there this time of year.
But there was a long line.
They're huge. It was all the way.
Lots of people.
I would say there was at least 30 people in line.
I have pictures of us. Yes, at least. I have pictures of us up there. And maybe it wasn't on a Saturday. Was it a Saturday that we were up there? It was
a Saturday, yeah.
But maybe other times we've gone up on like a Thursday, maybe? Like, I don't know.
Probably.
But like, we were like the only people there throwing the bags and stuff. And like,
that's how you and I like it, though.
I like it chill.
Yeah.
I definitely like it. Temperature and vibe.
Mm-hmm. I think that's just our vibe. Like you and me, but the kids too. So a couple weekends ago, we went to the state fair in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal. And my parents, I think they were a little worried that we were going to want to flit around and go everywhere. The state fair, I said, look, our family is very much like there's a lot to see. So if there's long lines, 9 times out of 10, we're going to be like, meh.
Pass.
Let's go find somewhere that doesn't have a line. Endless milk, bucket of cookies. We're there for that.
Yeah.
Looking at the butterheads. Yeah, that sounds great. Standing in line to look at seed art. We'd love to see it, but not this year,
Yeah.
But anyway, that's just us.
Yeah. Going out and having a little like day adventure or whatever. That's always fun.
Yeah. I like adventures quite a bit. I will say though, I think the one thing that you've taught me is that adventures are good, but they also don't have to be over the top, if that makes sense.
Makes sense to me.
Okay. And what I mean by that is, like, I would say in my 20s in particular, I was like, let's go on an adventure. It doesn't matter how much it costs. I got a credit card.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Right? Or that sounds cool. Let's just do it. So I remember specifically, and I keep thinking back, I'm like, I can't believe I did that. But when we were in South Africa and we did like the...
I wasn't there.
You weren't there.
You went without.
I went with my sister.
I sat in our apartment by myself for the summer.
You did, yes.
It was awesome. I got old movies from Netflix when you guys used to have to get them in the mail.
Oh,
I watched like
I remember that.
Cool Hand Luke and Deliverance. We probably
DVDs,
have we probably have like the install disc.
That's what it was.
For the Wii.
That's probably it.
That's how old we are.
Yes. But anyway, so I went on a trip to South Africa for a month or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And as part of that, one thing that my sister really wanted to do was go cage diving with the great white sharks.
I can't believe you did that still.
And we definitely didn't. We saw some really big sharks. And now that I think about it now, I'm like, I can't believe I did that. I'm really glad I did. But those were big sharks. And I know like my feet were outside the cage. I'm like, oh, I could have not had a full body.
You could have got chomped.
I could have got chomped. The shark could have come into the cage because it wasn't closed on top, right?
Oh my gosh.
So, oh gosh, and I got really seasick. That was bad.
So you're saying something you've probably learned over the years is if Keith is around, he won't let that happen?
If Keith is around, he will help me think through things like that.
Sounds like a good idea, but let's think this through to the next step.
Let's be a little more practical than here's my credit card. Where do I sign my waiver?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'll be waiting on shore for you to come back, hopefully.
But there are some things that, although I think it's important to have your perspective, there are some of those things too where, like you and I don't think we would have been in some of the adventures if it wasn't for me being like, we're just going to do it.
Yeah. Well, and I don't mind the flying by the seat of our pants, like going on a road trip with you, like out to the East Coast and stuff, right? Like years ago.
Yeah.
Your car died and broke down.
And
that was an adventure. Like
we woke up in a hotel that was on a golf course.
Yeah, all of a sudden we're like, whoa. I'm like,
like an ocean theme.
Didn't know that was there. Yeah, it was totally like something out of a movie that you would see like main characters that are like on the lam. That's like where they stayed kind of thing. But it was like 2 a.m. But, you know, stuff like that. Like you get through it. That's different than getting into the water or like skydiving or something like that. Like, I'm like, no, I don't need to put myself in risk. The risk for me was we're driving to New Jersey.
Right.
Right. Like that's a big enough risk for me.
Yeah.
Or like when we were in Mexico, we went on like in the little Nemo, right? The little submarine. Didn't fully go underwater, right? But you're underwater.
Right.
And I told you before we went in, I'm like, this is probably not going to end well for me. Claustrophobic, get motion sick. Underwater pressure, my ears, whatever. Like, I'm like, this is probably a catastrophe. And about made it 5 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, Senor. And I'm just like, what? You go up. I'm like, yes. And I just walked and I stood on top of like I was on the top deck, you know, and like.
I think child one came up with you too because he wasn't feeling good.
He lasted like another 10 minutes and then he came
Did
up.
your parents go up too?
No. I don't think so. Maybe at the end.
I think all of us but child 2 were sick.
Yeah. Maybe.
I was down there just like whoa.
I was the first one to come out.
Very much so.
And it was nice. It was like a nice view. It was kind of cool to be out in the ocean on top of like a little like half submerged little thing. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely needed the fresh air. And I knew going in, like, I want this to work out. And I saw a few fish like while we were under there. And then I'm like, all right, I better get out here before I make a mess that everybody has to deal with until we get back.
I think that's what they were thinking too.
They're like, we don't want to turn around with all these people. Then we'll be behind schedule and all that stuff. But yeah. So
after 18 years, one thing that I've always loved about you. What?
Okay.
No, I've always loved this about you. And every year I'm like, I don't think it could be even greater, but I love how creative you are. And if you're thinking like, what do you mean? How am I even creative right now?
A little bit.
Really?
I'm always like, what do you mean?
What do you mean by that?
It's a compliment. I don't understand.
I don't compute. Everything from like when we first met, your love of music and how musical you are, to what we're doing now with our podcasts, and you're producing it and you're creating something out of a conversation that we have every week. And everywhere in between, even the setup in your studio is creative. It's not cold. It's not like how it should be, right? It's set up with a vibe that has a creative flair to it.
Yeah.
And so I've always really loved that about you. And just when I think I understand the extent to your creativity, you keep surprising me.
Okay.
You just rolled your eyes. Why did you roll your eyes?
Too many compliments. Thank you.
Take them.
I'm trying.
Enjoy them.
Okay.
You should. You're pretty special.
Right. Well, so that easily leads into like the thing that always is amazing about you is you're very thoughtful. And I don't think you understand it, but you're one of the most thoughtful people I've ever known.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate you. Thanks for being so nice to me.
Thank you. I don't even know if I try and be thoughtful.
That's the best thing is like you don't try, you just are.
Oh.
How's it feel?
I'm hiding behind, I'm hiding behind my microphone screen. No. Well, what's silly is it's one of those things that I just want everyone to have what they want and need to be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've kind of gotten the nickname or the reputation of being the queen of overkill when it comes to get-togethers.
Yeah. That might have been because I named you that.
That's true, but I don't.
Yeah.
I think I kind of like living up to that.
I think it's a badge of honor.
A little bit.
But it's also a way for me to say, like, you can dial it back a little bit because, yes, I love how thoughtful you are and how much you want to serve everybody, like, in the best way possible. But let's not make it at your own expense. Like, you don't have to do all of the things. Just pick your first 24 things.
Oh.
Because there's 24 more that you have on your list, too, but that's too many.
But so the hard thing is with get-togethers, you always have to have enough food.
Yeah.
Got to have some fruit or veg. You got to have a specialty cake because, especially if it's a birthday, right? I actually saw pictures online of the Death Star cake I did.
Yeah, that and the monster truck cake.
Oh, the monster truck cake. That was the Minecraft cake.
There's a Minecraft
that
one.
had like Rice Krispies and Jell-O as part of it.
Yep.
Gosh, I love making a specialty cake.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Definitely fun watching you make those things.
I love creating stuff
kids,
like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then you always need a meat and cheese tray.
Yeah.
Gosh, I didn't do
No matter
them.
how many times I say, maybe we don't need that this time.
I did not make one for our fantasy football draft day.
Yeah.
And I felt so empty inside. I didn't even tell you about it, that I felt empty.
That's so funny. You could have grabbed some string cheese out of the drawer and thrown them out on the counter.
That is not, that's not an appropriate cheese tray.
Oh, you cut it up, make them shorter.
Keith, as a granddaughter of dairy farmers, I can't let that stand.
That's funny. Well, I guess you're going to have to wait till next year.
You got to have at least 3 to 4 types of different cheese. Maybe some string cheese, little stubbies in the middle, and then some summer sausage.
Yeah.
Right? The other thing I've learned in our marriage, music is and always will be important.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
everything's better when we remember that.
It is. I mean, we found each other kind of because of music.
Yeah. You were playing guitar.
I was playing guitar.
And I heard it.
And you heard it?
And I wandered in.
You wandered in and said hello?
Like a hobo.
Like a hobo. You're funny.
I just wandered in.
You just wandered in.
You had your door open, though.
I did. As the hall manager, you know?
Yeah.
I wanted to create community. Yeah. Come on in.
Yeah.
I think some of my favorite memories have been around music. Either us going to different concerts or we play a lot of music around our house.
Mm-hmm.
When we're upstairs puzzling and building Lego, there's music on. Bob Mould, Elvis, Glenn Hansard, LP, John Batiste, right? There's always some good music on. Some of my other favorite moments when we've decided to have sing-alongs. So this happened more around COVID times when we were just kind of home.
Yep. So we're puzzling in Lego.
Puzzling and
I'd
Lego.
have like the iPad set up or something with a Bluetooth speaker.
Or I remember one day you and I were sitting on the end of our bed and we had, I think it was the Hamilton soundtrack.
Okay.
And you and I were just sitting there with a glass of wine and taking turns and we sang the whole dang soundtrack together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you're Hamilton now. You're like, okay. And so you'd like take the lead and then, I was Eliza and it was fun. We've done that with Hamilton more than one time.
Oh, yeah. Rent.
Rent,
I don't know that as
absolutely.
well as you, but there's a few
Oh, quite a
bangers
few
in there for
Rents.
sure for
Oh,
me.
yeah. The one song,
Can't do anything
Glory,
on Wicked.
Wicked. Oh, that's another go-to for me is Wicked.
Frozen. I know a few Frozen tunes. The kids watched that quite a bit, and so did some of
Mm-hmm.
my little gym buddies when I was going to the gym.
Oh, yeah.
They would have that on all the time, and I'm like, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, like, I got this,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, music is something that has always been so central to who we are
Mm-hmm.
and really centers me. And I think you too.
Yeah.
And so it's something we have in common.
Yeah, and that's a good thing to remember because I mean I just did it the other day while you were canning.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we need some music, and I'm gonna grab a Lego.
Yep.
And I'm gonna sit here because
Right.
not going in the kitchen. You're doing your thing.
Appreciate that. I think last year you tried to, and you were telling me, oh, you should really clean your station. I'm like, I think I shot you a look. You're like, fair enough.
I'm like, well, if you don't want my help,
enough.
don't ask for it, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I won't offer because you don't need it, and I'm just gonna sit over here and I'm gonna put some music on and do some Lego. And if you want to chat, we can. But yeah, I think I had like John Batiste on, and then some Bob Mould, right?
Yep.
Stuff that we can sing along to, and
yeah,
or just listen to.
Yeah, I really enjoy that.
So we're reminiscing quite a bit, which is good, like reflecting. And I think it's very powerful because then we can look forward, right? And so something we've kind of been mentioning to each other is that 20 years is going to be coming up, and that we'll probably want to celebrate by like going on an adventure, going on a trip, right?
Going on a big trip.
Right. So are there any other things that have maybe come up for you, like as we've been talking, that, you know, looking back now, does that help you as we look forward? What's on your mind, or what's something where you're setting your vision forward? And I'm sure we've barely scratched the surface on the things, because like you come up with these ideas and these things to talk about, and I'm just like, yeah, I know I've learned a lot from you, but you know, it doesn't always come up for me until we get into conversation. So like you share something and I'm like, oh yeah, and that makes me think of like, I need patience, and you know, going on an adventure. It's like, oh, that reminds me, like, of course, I need to be spontaneous and curious. Things we've talked about quite a bit, but when you look back in hindsight, it's like, oh yeah, I've been training myself with you to be curious and be spontaneous. And now when I look back, I'm like, oh, no wonder we had such great times, because we were leaning into that. And so now as I look forward, I got to bring that all with me and see where we can go on adventures and make sure that we're feeling like we're on part of a team, you know, and maybe try to make something in the kitchen to see how it goes, you know. So
I don't know,
you know, maybe have a pizza and cookie night, you know, or something. Because like, oh yeah, like child 2 and child 1, I think they both were like, we should do sourdough again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the starter in the freezer. We might need to take it out and start feeding it.
See if we can rejuvenate it.
Yeah, see if it comes back.
Yep, because like everybody during COVID, we're like, well,
we got some.
We can pay $5 for this.
For the yeast from San Francisco.
Yep.
Got the sourdough starter. Yeah.
I know there's lots to look forward to.
I keep thinking about, as we move in the next 5-10 years, the kids, I mean, they're going to be getting bigger and launching into college and their careers. And I want to make sure that they always know that we are here for them.
They can always come home.
They can always come home. I still want them to go and build their life.
What's the biggest thing I think I've learned from you, maybe?
Yeah?
Because I love being home, but it's that much sweeter if you go somewhere so you can come back. Coming back home is pretty awesome.
It is.
You know, it's second to being at home for me, but it's right up there.
Just staying home is your first.
But that's, you know, I think we were talking about that. We want them to go and explore and do, but always know, like, we're here.
We're here. They're more independent. They're doing their thing, but you need a place to stay. If you're lonely, if you're sad, right? We're here. But I think as we move into that next phase of our life, I mean, we're not quite there, but embarking on new adventures together, whether it's travel or projects or playing music together, we've never really quite done that.
We talk about it.
We talk about it, but we haven't
Or
quite.
you bring it up every now and then, and I'm like, all right, let's figure out a song.
What's hard is like you're a rock star, and I was trained classically, so I have like this beat that is like unforgiving and doesn't swing very well.
Yeah, well, we'll work on that. Well, that's not that hard.
Okay,
just gotta feel it.
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah,
but that's like you asked, kind of moving into the future. That's what I'm excited about. Still being there for our kids. I want them to build their own life, but I do want to be supportive of what they're doing and be there for them when they hit bumps to help them work through them reasonably. I also want to take the time to be able to be more present with you. And I will say that's one thing over the last several years that has really shifted. Remember, there was a time where when you have young kids, you just feel like you're in this baby fog, and it's so much love and so much excitement, but you're just exhausted, depending on the kid. Child 2 did not sleep. And then you get to the point where they're mobile, and so you don't want them to hurt themselves or each other. Then you get to a point where you kind of trust them, but you still need to verify it.
Because they teach you like you shouldn't have trusted me.
Yes. And now we're at the point that they're pretty good. They're pretty good. They're solid. They're solid. They can do their laundry. They know how to cook. They're solid. Do you have anything that you're thinking about? Like you kind of framed it up as moving into the future. Things that you're thinking that we can carry from our last several years of being married to our future as a couple?
Well, I mean, I have my intentions set on, going on a nice trip with you. What do we say? Like once a year, we want to go somewhere, and, especially like the 20th, and, kind of make a little more of a fuss for that. But bringing all of the tools forward, patience and understanding, realizing that you're on my team, because those are my intentions, but life is tricky and things are changing and constantly changing. And I don't know how I'm going to handle child 1 graduating from high school.
Yeah, that's going to be a thing.
Starting college. Like that's what's going to be happening around our 20th.
Yeah, I just realized that we're going to have to start doing college visits this spring.
Yeah. And then
mind is blowing.
Child 2 is not far behind.
He's not.
So it's going to come just like I'd never been the parent of a teenager until now. I'm not going to know how to deal with like empty nest if and when that happens, which I'm like, I want it to happen. Just like getting the driver's license, right? That's a big deal and it's a little nerve wracking, but it's also like very exciting.
Right.
And so I don't want to, I just want to keep moving forward with looking on the bright side, right? The positive side, and not, one of my focuses this year has been stop thinking about what could go wrong and let's focus on what is there to gain. Right. So just bringing that lens with me as we keep adjusting as things come.
Yeah.
I'll probably have some better answers next time we talk about it a year from now.
A year from now. On our 19th.
Yeah, for sure.
Sounds great.
All right. Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary to you.
Let's get out here.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. I love you, honey.
Love you too. It's the porcelain and
did
garnet.
you look it up?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, porcelain and garnet?
Porcelain represents long lasting.
All right, fair.
Right?
Fair enough.
Garnet is something else. I don't know. I just saw that's what it was.
Ooh.
So you might be getting like a little jewelry or something, maybe.
What are we going to get? Did you get me something?
You might be getting something, I said.
Really?
Don't put me on the spot.
All right. I'm excited to see. Right. See, I was just hoping that we could go thrifting.
Well, let's go thrifting and see if we can find something for you.
Okay. Sounds fun.
All right.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you too.
Love you very much.